Hello student, welcome back. Today we are going to learn the second module of the chapter to the memory of a lion. The learning objectives: to read and comprehend the story, to learn about Indian heroes, to note how clever planning and strategies help win battles or wars. The lesson to the memory of a lion is a story about Tanaji Malasure, who was childhood friend and companion of Shivaji. He was very brave and daring. Shivaji proudly called his Simha or a lion. We can see that when the story begins, Tanaji is at his home preparing for his son's wedding when a message came from the king asking him to immediately meet him in the capital. He postponed his son's wedding and he, with his horseman, he went to meet Shivaji. Shivaji was a little bit thoughtful about a difficult assignment Ma Sahib gave them to recapture the Gondwana fort. Uday Singh Rathore was the command of that fort. He himself and his son with brave fighters are guarding that fort. He wanted a solution how to capture that fort, so he asked the help of Tanaji. Tanaji came up with a wonderful plan. At first, Shivaji was surprised to hear that plan. When Tanaji explained it deeply, he also liked that plan and he asked them to prepare for that. So here we stopped in the last class. Now let's see what happened next. Will they succeed with their plan? Page number 50. Soon everything was ready. Tanaji called his friends and announced, "Tonight we attack. It is a moonless night and nothing will be visible. All of you must be absolutely silent as you approach Gondwana Fort. I will take the iguana Yeshwandi. With her help, we will scale the wall." Then he turned to Suryaji. "You must take the rest of the man and wait at Kalyan gate. We will throw it open for you." So that is the plan of Tanaji Malasure. That night, that was a moonless night, and they were going to attack the fort, and with the help of a iguana Yeshwandi, they are climbing up the wall of that fort, and he asked Suryaji and other companion to wait in front of another gate. He asked them, he tells them that when they reach on the top of that fort, they will open the front gate for them, so they have to wait there. Last minute preparation over. They marched to the fort as quietly as shadows. In a short while, they reached the foot of the wall. Tanaji tied a rope to the Yeshwandi's neck. Then he threw her hard so she could catch hold of the wall, but the iguana lost her grip and slithered down. "Oh, it's a sign of bad luck," exclaimed one of the soldiers. So every preparation was ready. They marched quite like a shadow without making any noise. They were marched toward the fort, and they reached the foot of the wall. Tanaji tied a rope to that Yeshwant, the iguana's neck, and he threw it up hard on the top of that fort. But unfortunately, it was not able to grip on the wall. It slithered down. Slithered means slide down. "Oh," so one of the soldiers make a command. "Oh, it's a bad luck. The iguana has slipped down, so the first attempt is a fail. He says that it's a bad luck. So we can listen how is the reaction of Tanaji on this. Tanaji whirled round and hissed, "Who said this? There is no place for superstition in a soldier's life. He must only have faith in himself." Tanaji once again hurled an iguana up with great force. This time Yeshwandi gripped on the top of the fort wall. Tanaji breathed a sign of relief. So, when a soldier says that it's a bad luck, he was very angry and he shouted with that soldier and said, "Who said this? In the life of a soldier, there is no place for superstitious belief." So, we have to be faithful in ourselves, then only we will be able to get something. So Tenaji once again tried very hard to throw iguana up the wall. This time he succeeded and iguana got a grip on the top of the front wall. Tenaji is now very relieved. Page number 53. "Hand me the bag containing the robes," said Tanaji. A soldier gave it to him and he slung it on his back. "I will go up first and tie the ropes to the top of the wall and let them down with their help. You can all climb up, remember, not a sound." So, at first, the iguana was thrown to the top of the fort. He have a good grip. So, after that, Tanaji climbed with a rope on his shoulder. When he reached on the top of that fort, he tied that rope and asked the other soldiers to climb up the fort without making a sound. Tanaji held the rope tight and climbed up and up till he reached the ramparts. The soldiers followed him. Within minutes, they were at the top. Tanaji whispered, "There must be gods posted on the ramparts. Take them by surprise and silence them. They should not be allowed to sound the alarm. We will get down and attack the soldiers inside the fort. Let's go." The men stormed the fort and overpowered the guards in no time. The Mughal soldiers fought back fiercely and soon a hand to hand fight ensued. Here we can see that Tanaji held the rope tight and climbed up till he reached the rampart. The soldiers also followed him. Then he gave a direction to the soldiers that don't make any sound. You have to attack the soldiers in surprise and you have to make them silence. Don't allow them to make the alarm. If alarm is on, all other soldiers in the fort will be vigilant. So don't allow them to make the alarm. Everyone get over the fort and they made a wonderful fight. They fight hand to hand. So let's see what happened next. One of the Mughal soldiers quietly slipped out and rushed to inform Uday Singh. "The Marathas have entered my fort." "But how?" cried Uday Singh. He sprang from his bed and hurried to the next room. But one soldier quickly slipped out and rushed to inform Uday Singh Rathore. When he heard the news, he was surprised. "Marathas have entered my fort, but how?" When he heard this unexpected news, he jumped out of his bed and went to the next room to call someone. Let's see who is that person he is calling. "Wake up, my son. Tell the Mahout to get Chandravati. She will crush the Marathas in no time." Uday Singh's son joined in the battle and the Manhout sent Chandravati charging into the fray. The Marathas fought bravely. Among the first to perish was Uday Singh's three sons and Chandravati the elephant. Tanaji went looking for Uday Singh. Uday Singh had by then heard of his son's death. He rushed out shouting, Tanaji, you have a lot to answer for. You can't escape me. That we will see, cried Tanaji. With drawn swords they closed in. Both were brilliant swordmen. The battle raged fiercely round them. The attackers had got the better of the defenders, and some of the Maratha soldiers had thrown open Kalyan gate. So you can see that he went to wake up his son and asked the man, how means a person who ride and control the elephant. He asked them to get Chandravati. They were very confident that Chandravati will crush the Marathas. Uday Singh also joined the battle with Chandravati along his son, but the first persons who died was Uday Singh's three sons and Chandravati the elephant. So while Uday Singh heard this, he became very angry and he shouted, Tanaji, you have to answer this. You can't escape from me. Both started fighting. Both were brilliant swordsmen. The attackers also, the attackers from both sides also fought very bravely, and some of the Maratha soldiers had thrown open the Kalyan gate. Tanaji and Uday Singh were now locked in a life and death struggle. Both were tired and bleeding profusely. Uday Singh wounded Tanaji so severely that Tanaji stumbled and fell. Then, quite unexpectedly, Tanaji sprang up and inflicted a mortal wound on a triumphant Uday Singh. He fell dead. Then Tanaji too collapsed and died. All was quiet when Suryaji entered the fort. He looked around for Tanaji and finally found him lying in a pool of blood. He knelt to feel his pulse. He looked in grief and anger at his dead friend. We must complete your task, he muttered, drawing his sword. The Marathas, led by Suryaji, fought bravely, and after a brief struggle, they won the battle. Gondwana fort was once again in their hand. Suryaji returned to Raigarh fort to inform Shivaji of their victory. He was anxiously waiting for them. Rajay, the fort is taken, said Suryaji. So we can see that here how severe the battle was and how severe Tanaji was wounded, and what is the cause of Tanaji's death. We can see that how much struggle did Tanaji taken to recapture the fort, but badly in that fight till Tanaji fell dead, and Tanaji collapsed and he died. All when Suryaji entered the fort, he was able to see that everyone was quiet, and he looked for Tanaji. He finally saw him lying in the pool of the blood. When he checked the pulse of his friend, he come to know that his friend is no more. He fight back with the Uday Singh's army to recapture the fort. Finally, they won the battle, and Suryaji went back to Raigarh to inform Shivaji of their victory. He was waiting for them eagerly. So, let's see what happened next. Good, but where is Tanaji? Suryaji hung his head and remained silent. Speak, Suryaji, cried Shivaji, shaking him by his shoulder. What has happened to him? He is dead, Suryaji said quietly. Shivaji's face went pale as he said, "The fort is won, but my lion is gone." He turned and walked to the window. He stood there looking out. A memorial to Tanaji stands on the spot where he fell. It is called Sinha Gate. So, when he says that Raje, the fort is taken, uh, he was very happy to hear that news, but he asked, where is Tanaji? Suryaji was very sad to say that news. He slung his head down and he didn't speak for a few seconds. Then the king asked him again, "Speak, Suryaji, what happened to him?" He then gave the news that he is no more. When Shivaji heard this news, his face went pale. He says that the fort is won, but my lion is gone. He was very sad on that news, and we can see that till now a memorial of Tanaji is there in Maharashtra, and it is known Sinha Gate. Dear student, I hope you all have understand today's class. So this is all about Tanaji's story. We will discuss this once again in our classroom. Dear students, I want you to read this story before entering your classroom. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.